Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everyone's doing well. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and do a very different video from what I normally do. All I ask from you is to watch to the end. That's all I'm asking. Before you give your 2 cents. So, a couple of months ago, some guy told me, asking me what my thoughts are on this gentleman called Wrestling Otaku. And from what I find out, there's a lot of videos just bashing this guy. And I'm not going to bash this guy. I'm going to give my thoughts on what he thinks. And what I was going to say is that all these guys just bashing him, that's uncalled for. You need to grow up. But with that being said, when I want to go ahead and just review what he's saying, and I'm going to go ahead and let you know what my thoughts are. So the video roughly starts around this time frame. So let me go ahead and just get started and let you know what I think.
Change in society and stuff like that when it comes to, a lot of how people are, specifically you women, how you are in society. And it's been going on for a while now, since I say around 2020, maybe before 2020. Of course, I made that, a pretty big video, 10 Reasons Why Women Are Trash video in August of 2020. So that was like, 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago. And really nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. You're still the same. You still act the same. You still behave the same. You still have this mentality that you can do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. You can just step on whoever you want. And you know you can get away with that because you're protected by all these little things, by all these sipping people out here, all these rules and laws and standards. You got all this, these feminist movements, these feminist groups out here. You got all these quote unquote movements, the Me Too movement, and speaking out and all that other stuff, and all this LGBTQ crap that's going on nowadays in this country, really in the world in general. And you just have...
Okay, I see the frustration on what he's saying. So that's true. I mean, women can pretty much say whatever they want and get away with it, and have no repercussions. Because you have laws, you have all these simps. I'm not saying you should talk bad about women and to retaliate when they're talking bad about you. I mean, the gentleman thing to do is just ignore. That's all you can do. But I do agree with the frustration. It seems like men get the short end of the stick.
Like you can do and say whatever you want, and then guys like myself, fully grown heterosexual men like myself, hard-working, honest, determined dudes like myself, we basically get shit on. We get the short end of the stick every time, and I don't think it's fair, and I don't think it's right.
And he's right, in the sense where average men are just being trashed on. I mean, I'll be honest with you. That's what happens. I mean, that's why you have all these red pill, black pill, and manosphere videos, because of consequence. Average men are just being trashed. We're told that we're no good, and, we're... oh, you're not a CEO, you're not a millionaire, you're some average dude just working 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and just because you're not 6 foot tall, have 6-pack abs, or have $1 million, you're a nobody. And that's I feel that frustration with men, that men are just being trashed on, and I agree with them. It's I feel that frustration as well, guys.
So if nobody else is going to call this stuff out, then I'm going to. And the fact is that, I say these things in these videos, and I have for a couple years now, but one of the saddest parts about this is, it didn't used to always be this way, It didn't used to always be this way, because back in the day, back when I was more so in my 20s, like I said, I've told stories about this before, I talked about this before in the video, but back when I was in my 20s, I had good relationships with women, I had women talking to me on the daily, they communicate, I would try to do right by them, I would try to help them out if they were ever in trouble, or they're ever, down or whatever, and stuff like that. And I did the best I can. And then at the end of the day, I basically get shit on for it. So it's one of those things. And this is the stuff that I've experienced. And this is why I feel the strong need to share my experiences and stuff like that. Because again, I don't think anybody else is going to. And nowadays, when it comes to women, it's like they don't fucking like for example, everybody has bad days, Everybody has days where they're down on yourself, you had a bad day, you have a bad encounter, or stuff like that, or you're just generally down on yourself, people dealing with depression, anxiety, and, issues, thoughts of ending it and stuff like that. And I'll be honest with you, and I don't like talking about this, but I'll be honest with you, there are points where I've been like that myself, and, it's just one of those things where when you're in that mindset and that mentality, you really need, like, all the emotional support and help you can get, and, and when it comes to women out there, especially the ones who, like, I was supposedly friends with, or, close to or whatever, not really close to, but, acquaintances, whatever, I'll be friends with them on Facebook and stuff like that, and they would frequent my other social medias, including here on YouTube, and, they would be supposedly cool with me and down with me and all that, but when I was going through hardships, and I was going through hard times, did they ever once reach out to me and ask me if I'm doing okay? Did they ever reach out to me?
Okay, so what I want to go ahead and just say is that I can tell he doesn't talk to women in real life, and I'm not sure even though I believe he mentions he does. But one of the things I was going to say, when you do talk to women, you're friends with women for very periods of long time, you're going to notice that they want to talk to you sometimes they don't want to talk to you. I could say there's specific reasons, but they're not YouTube appropriate. If you've had sex ed, you should know. But I'm not going to say it on this video. just for the sake of not being flagged. But anyway, what I was also going to mention on him as well is that I think he's also talking about the aspect about social media, where a lot of narcissistic women, like I mentioned, women are not a monolith, but the ones that are narcissistic, a lot of young ladies that take selfies and are just obsessed with simps and all these other people just drooling all over them, and it's all it is give, give, give. Not give, excuse me. Take, 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 and never give, right? So he's probably liking a lot of the pics on social media, a lot of posts on social media by the women he follows. But when it's time for him to pick, or it's time for him to hear his voice, they either criticize him or just ignore him, man. That is frustrating, guys. Let's be honest.
And ask me if I'm alright? No, of course they did. Of course they did. Because they're selfish, self-serving, greedy, attention-hungry pieces of garbage. A lot of them. Not every single one, mind you. There are some good ones. I always say that. There are some good ones. Very few and far in between. But a vast majority of them are just self-serving bitches. And it's like I did all this stuff for you, for certain ones of them. Like I said, the ones who I'm supposed to be cool with and down with. And you don't even have the common decency to check up or say whatever, or ask how you doing, or ask how I'm doing and stuff like that. Of course they don't. The only time they ever reach out to me is when they want something. That's the only fucking time. I'm talking within the last few years, ever since like I said, my mid-20s going into my 30s. It's like they would never reach out to me. I always have to be the one to reach out to them. I always have to make first contact. I'm always the one who has to go out of my way to speak to them. They never want to do it with me. Never do it with me. Is that right? No, the fuck it isn't. But this is how they are. This is how they're conditioned to think. This is
what I want to go ahead and just say is that, when it comes to talking to women, women always kind of want you to take the initiative. That's what I just want to go ahead and just say. It's, it is what it is. That's just how society is. Where women are kind of wanting you to take the initiative. Just want to say that.
Society has conditioned these bitches to think, and it's a damn shame, and it's just ridiculous. It's beyond the point of ridiculousness. And this is why I make videos and I share these things with you guys on here, because I want to make it known, I want to speak, I want to put my voice out there, put my own voice out there. That's what this platform is for me to speak on things. Not just, in terms of wrestling, obviously, with the wrestling and sports and other stuff that I'm into, but also to share experiences when it comes to things like this, because I really feel like there aren't enough people out there who are talking about this, who are speaking on this. So if I got to be that one, and I got to field all this freaking hate and BS, then so be it. And I'm sure once I upload this video, I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of these cocksuckers all talking about, oh, there he goes again, talking shit, blah, 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 and then they want to try to make me out to be the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. I'm the evil one. Oh, he's sexist, he's women-hating, misogynist, blah, blah, blah. And I'm the bad guy, I'm the evil one, I'm the piece of shit, They try to twist my words and twist the narrative and change the narrative and try to turn around on me. Oh, I got the shit personality, right? Now, I've heard that a couple times. Oh, he's got a shit personality, that's why nobody's fucking around you. Let me tell you something right now. If I have a shit personality, it's because all of you motherfuckers caused me to have a shit personality. If I have a shit personality, it's because all you bitches caused me to have a shit personality. Oh, I got a shit personality, but these fucking skanks want to sit up here and judge people based on looks alone. Yeah, but I got the shit personality. Fuck out of my face. Fuck out of here if you're conceited asses. All of you.
So first of all, what I want to say is you got to take accountability. You can't just say, oh, I'm being mean because you were being mean back to me. So that's not okay. You have to take accountability. You can't fight fire with fire. All you can do, Otaku, is just ignore. And that's all you can say. In terms of him cussing and saying all these vulgar terms, guys, I disagree. You shouldn't be presenting yourself that way. You do have First Amendment rights. You're free to say whatever you want. But you do look tacky. Nobody's going to take you seriously if you're just cussing. That's what I just want to go ahead and say. And I do feel his frustration in the sense that, when, people are just taking him out of context in the sense when it's time for him to defend himself. People will say, oh, look how mean he is. And he's just defending himself. And do I disagree with how he's going about this? I do disagree with how he's going about this. But he has a point where if you're attacking others and then they're attacking you back, you can't use the boy who cried wolf card and say, oh, he's attacking me back, I'm the victim. Hey, don't start anything if you don't want anything, if you don't want to take shots in return.
You man, woman, whatever the fuck you identify as. If you come at me with that shit, quite frankly, you can suck my dick. Suck my dick, kick rocks, drink battery acid, for all I fucking care. For all I fucking care. Because you want to sit here and say that I'm whatever? You want to sit here and wish harm on me and say I'm all these things? And you think I'm not going to retaliate? You think I'm not going to clap back at you? You're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. You would think that these guys would have figured it out by now. You would think that people would figure it out by now when it comes to me, when it comes to how I am. I'm very easy to interact with. I'm very easy to get along with, or I'm very easy to figure out in the sense that if you treat me with respect, if you show me that respect and you show me, honesty, civility, so on and so forth, decency, then I'll be the same way with you. If you show me respect, I'll show you respect. You're cool with me, I'll be cool with you. If you're a fucking bitch to me, I'll be a bitch to you back. You want to talk shit to me, I'm going to talk shit to you back. It's that fucking simple. I don't know what's hard about this for people to understand. I don't know how this is hard or difficult. But yeah, man, so women, like the vast majority of them, it's like they don't change. And they probably never will. Because they have it in their minds that they can do anything and they can fucking get away with it. And they're justified because every fucking body's going to be on their side and shit. Everybody's going to fucking back. Everybody's going to fucking defend that shit. They're going to defend it. And then when somebody like me calls it out, oh, I'm the bad guy. I'm the villain. You want to paint me out to be the villain. Well, fuck you. Simple as that. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. It's as simple as that. I'm a villain because I speak my mind. I'm a villain because I'm sharing the bullshit experiences that I've had. It's fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. But you only ever want to interact with me, you only ever want to reach out to me when you fucking want something because you're a bunch of superficial, needy pieces of garbage. Because that's your fucking mentality. Oh, men have to please you. Men have to appease you. They have to give you stuff because the world owes you everything, right? Because men, these women act like men owe them shit. They act like men have to do X, Y, and Z in order to fucking appease them just for them to fucking, do what, interact with them, pay attention, or whatever the fuck. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. So if you're gonna have that fucking conceited ass, bullshit, superficial ass mentality, well, guess what? I'm gonna have a similar mentality from this point on. So as far as women are concerned, in terms of interacting with me, if you're not giving me something, if you're not doing something for me, if you're not pleasing me, if you're not satisfying me, if you're not riding on my dick, then I have no use for you. I have no use for you. It's as simple as that. You are absolutely worthless to me. So if that's how we're going to play things. So, yeah, there you go. Go ahead and clip that shit, fags. But anyway, so that's pretty much all I got to say for that. So, I mean, it's really not worth getting...
Guys, he said the word F-A-G-S. The F word, referring as a derogatory term going towards gay men. You guys, I don't agree with him saying that. I just want to go ahead and just get that out of the way. Also, what I want to say is that if, this whole thing about you're doing nice things, you're being the nice guy who's not going to get women. And the truth is, if you're playing that card, it's not going to work. So you got to just keep in mind that if you're going to do something nice for somebody, not just women, you're not going to get anything in return. So just keep that in mind, Otaku. I just want to go ahead and say that. I'm not trying to sound patronizing. I'm just trying to, give my thoughts on what you're saying. But what I want to say is that, and the truth is, all you got to do is give love, and one day you will get love. That's what I can guarantee you. And it's going to take time. So I do understand your pain and frustration, but this whole thing of I'm the nice guy, I'm going to get something in return, it just doesn't work. I'm sorry.
Agitated or whatever. It's really not worth a full-on video. But again, I just got to say this stuff because nobody else will. Nobody else will speak out about this because they're afraid of what people are going to think of them. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I say what the hell I want on this channel. You do not dictate what I say on this channel because you know I'm speaking the truth. And they know I'm speaking the truth because every time they fucking react, like if I was just out here spewing bullshit, nobody would react the way that they have in previous years when it came to all those other videos. The 10 reasons video, the requirements video, which I said multiple times was goddamn mock video, was a fucking parody. And people want to get all up in their feelings about it. And I find it even more funny that people are now that I've lost my channel, people are trying to basically leech and clout chase off that video by re-uploading that shit onto their own channels. And they get a fraction of the viewership, which I find hilarious. 10 Reasons video at its peak, 20,000 views. The requirements video at its peak, 30,000, 31,000. These guys can't even scratch 500, which I find hilarious. That honestly is fucking hilarious, dude. So keep clout chasing, keep leeching, because you're too much of a loser.
Okay, I did want to bring that up. So he says it's satire, the video that he made a while ago saying all the list of my requirements. So let's go ahead and just say, let's go ahead and take him for his word, right? Let's say it is satire. If you're doing those kind of things, nobody's going to take you seriously. It's going to be like the boy who cried wolf. Later on, anything you say is not going to be taken seriously. So who's going to really believe you when you're giving satire like this? You can't really do that kind of stuff and then be taken seriously when you want to be taken seriously. It doesn't work that way. So what I'm going to say, let's say Otaku, that you're the guy that's just, got scared because he didn't like the backlash from that video. So I'm going to say, oh, it's satire. It's not everything I said. It's not what I meant, what I wanted to say. So because of that, you're kind of looking like the guy who's weak, who's afraid to speak his mind. You're just afraid. And the truth is, if you mean something, you got to say, hey, I meant what I said. You can't be saying, "Oh no, 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 I was just playing around." And if you are being serious about what you said the last time, dude, life just works differently. You can't do whatever you want when women are dating you. It just doesn't work that way. It's gonna be a lot of work. It's not like one of those things where like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to get sex whenever I want. I hate to break it to you, dude, but you're not gonna get it whenever you want, and sometimes it's gonna come when you probably don't want it. So just want to go ahead and bring that out to you.
Much of a boring ass to make videos yourself and make content yourself, so you have to leech off of other people. So, go figure. Go figure. But anyway, that's pretty much all I gotta say for that. So, women, they ain't no good for nothing. As far as I'm concerned, if you ain't doing nothing for me, quite frankly, you're worth nothing to me. It's as simple as that. That's my mentality. That's the mentality you want to have when it comes to me and guys. Well, I'm gonna have that mentality about you for going forward. So let's see how you like that one. Let's see how you like that one. So that's all I gotta say on that. But anyway, so that's gonna wrap up this video. Let me just head on, gotta go to the store and all that. I just want to, since I'm out, make this video. But anyway, so thanks for watching this video. More content coming in the future. And as always, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like the video, and all that good stuff, man. Be sure to share the video of the channel, tell your friends, tell everybody you know to subscribe to the rest of the Otaku channel. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got.
Okay, so I guess that's the end of the video. So, like I mentioned before, he's with that little piece at the end. If you're not going to be good for me, then if you're not going to do anything for me, I'm not going to do anything for you, and that's kind of the wrong mentality to have. You're going to be disappointed a lot if you if you decide to adopt that mentality. You have to give, even if it means you're not going to get anything in return. But to summarize, in conclusion, what I want to say, guys, is that Otaku, what I'm going to tell you is that, I think reacting the way you do, it's not going to help you. It's only going to take you to a dark place. It's going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt anybody else. I mean, you shouldn't be bitter. You know what? I'm not sure how old you are. You look like you're very young, to be honest. You say when you were in your 20s, so I'm guessing you're probably in your 30s by mentioning that. But what I was going to say is that from somebody who's in their 30s to somebody who's in their 30s, when you get to that decade, you're going to find out that your peace of mind is priceless, and you're going to want to throw it away just for anyone. Forget it. And I was in my 20s, I'd get bummed out. I couldn't let go, and forget it. I was afraid all the time of what people thought of me, and it's not good to live that way, Otaku. So keep that in mind. What I want to go ahead and just say is that also, that this whole thing, the way you present yourself, you kind of give the vibe of somebody who's just angry, who's just mad at the world. And I could be talking. Sorry about shaking the camera, guys. I bumped into the stool that's holding my phone holder. So anyway, what I'm gonna say, Otaku, is that just be nice, be kind to women. Just be genuine. Don't expect anything in return when you do something nice. And it's just a numbers game. If you're trying to find that special somebody, keep in mind it's not going to be something like McDonald's where you could just go and get it right there. Sometimes it's not going to come when you want it. Sometimes it's going to come probably when you're not ready for it. It's just not one of those things where you can want it now. It just doesn't work that way. It's not like going to McDonald's and buying a cheeseburger. It just doesn't work that way. So what I want to go ahead and say is that, I agree, with some of the things you say, but I think the way you're approaching it just needs some work. And I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm not here to trash you like these other guys, because, guys, it's not okay to trash people just because you disagree with them. That's what I wanted to go ahead and just say. And, he's right in the sense where, I'm kind of a nice, mellow guy. And if I am very forgiving. So if you do trespass against me, I'm very forgiving and I'm gonna let it go. But other folks, such as Otaku, he's gonna fight fire with fire. I disagree with how he's taking things, but I hope he changes his situation. I hope that he's gonna do better, and I'm hoping he's doing better now. Because I know this video was some time ago. I don't know if he's changed his thoughts on what it is. But that's all I wanted to go ahead and say, guys. I think this video is 7 months old that I was reviewing. But with that being said, you guys, if you are feeling the exact same way he does, you're frustrated and you're just mad because you give, and nobody is returning to you, giving anything to you in return. And sadly, you're gonna have to adopt. I mean, not sadly, but you're gonna have to adopt the mentality of, I'm gonna give and I'm not gonna get anything in return. But guys, I'm a big believer, like I said, in God, and anytime you do something good for somebody else, I believe He's gonna pay you back. That's my sincere belief. So, with that being said, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.